Okay. Hello. We're live. Let's see if I can get the cameras working here. Okay, they're not working.
Oh yeah, because
Hold
I'm
on.
actually here this time.
Why aren't they working?
Yeah, last week was awful. Showing the
Wait,
Yeah.
I can see you guys more than 1 frame a second, or 1 second per frame.
No, this is not working. Okay, hold on.
Microwave
Someone's
moment?
backing up.
Yeah.
It's not those. Is it these?
Yeah, my microwave went off.
Oh, is it these?
I forgot to order.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, got it. Let me just gotta dial it in.
the bear
Yeah.
rolling in the frame.
What's up? What's up,
roll.
everyone? Welcome. So normally I have it set up already beforehand, but the problem was that I did. The problem was that we did a Peggle race, and I needed to restream or like look at stuff. So, okay, I'll adjust it on the fly, but let's get some Skyrim music going. I like it. You know what meme I really like are the Oblivion NPC memes where it's like Oblivion music, but then with some person at like Walmart walking up to you and walking.
Have
up
you
to
heard of the High Elves?
On the
Those are
ground.
so funny.
Say it like I death pose. How can I help you?
Oh man, I never played Oblivion or Morrowind. I wonder if it'd be fun to play those.
Yeah, I think
anymore.
those would both be fun stream games.
Yeah.
Maybe not on your own, but
I'd
definitely
watch
for
them because
stream.
I'd watch them for the vibe of
It's too
a group playing.
Yeah, and you can do you can just do insane shit with their systems. They don't really bound you so much. So broken builds could become really funny to display.
Yeah, no, they have weird leveling systems in those games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me go ahead and I can adjust the cameras from here. You guys don't need to change anything. Like here, I can. Where is this? I just need to move some stuff around, and then we'll be good. So, while I'm doing that, what happened last time, guys?
Good question.
We didn't take the bait. From the DM, that is. I think other stuff happened in the city, but with regards to Rook, I was like, I'll just scry on Rook and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
And then he said, yeah, they're vampires, don't go there. And we were like, okay, I guess we won't go.
On second thought, this is a silly place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he seemed fine, and he didn't want his weapons back, so I don't know. I don't remember what our plan was, actually. We were supposed to think about it in the week that we had, but we didn't at all.
Keep in mind that also something else happened at the end of the session.
Yeah, and I don't remember what it was.
The full moon happened.
Oh, yes,
And-
the
We
bear.
gotta go
So-
on
Yeah.
the...
Yeah. Bree teleported herself out into the wilderness near Gabagard, actually, somewhat near there. And her little rats also turned into bear rats. And we're like really buff. Like I'm trying to think there's like a cartoon where there's like a really like what's
I mean, I'm just thinking of like Mr. Cheese, whatever his name is. What's the rat from Biggie Cheese?
Biggie Cheese.
He's not buff though.
He's not buff, but he's a guy.
What? From Barnyard? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And okay, appearing only in the 2006 film, he performs the song "Mr. Boomtastic" by Shaggy. Really? Okay, that's.
Uh-huh.
Man, I need to watch
Oh,
Barnyard
Biggie Cheese, yeah.
again. I need
Wasn't
to
there
watch...
one from Flushed Away too?
There was like what am I thinking of? Am I thinking of?
I think of like Jerry's big burly cousin with the striped shirt and the bowler hat.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm just gonna Google buff rat and see what the internet gives me.
Maybe I'm thinking.
I
of
just
the...
googled Rat Ogre Warhammer, because that's
Okay, I
like
got
the
a bunch of-
closest thing I can
I got a
think
bunch
of.
of AI
thinking
shit
the,
again.
the Scooby-Doo movie where Scrappy turns into a big buff monster and he's like... Anyway, I don't know, man.
God, there's so
Anyways.
much like horrible AI.
So, regardless, Bree was turned into a bear away
There's some
from
weird stuff in
civilization. the little rats, you had them in like these little cages that are more than big enough for a normal rat, but they turn into like they grew to be like 2.5, 3 feet tall. So they're like the size of like a very large dog now, and they're still, but they are proportioned like a bear, but also kind of like a rat still. Like they're very weird looking. And they basically just like burst out of their cages and started charging down at Talvo, but Talvo just led them on a wild goose chase through the castle and wore them out. And you guys turn into a whole spectacle there. So, meanwhile, Bree was actually able to control her own. The rats don't really have the presence of mind, the willpower to like kind of control that transformation. They just went fucking berserk, right? And Bree had a chance for that to happen, but she actually managed to kind of sit there, like meditate as she could feel the change coming over her, and managed to control her rage, her insatiable hunger, and thirst for blood. But she still felt those urges, and so she started like running around the hills and mountains, the foothills here, until she actually smelled the scent of a moose, tracked it down, and even had the presence of mind to be like, okay, I don't want to just like kill something needlessly. But she saw that it was an old moose near the end of its life cycle, and she does have this hunger that is legit.
Express shipping.
You know, if anything, it's like just the transformation just bursting like muscle into the massive bear form that she has takes a lot of energy, and so she felt this hunger, and she hunted this moose and took it down instantly. But you know, is making use of it, is eating it, and that's kind of where we left off. It was in the middle of the night here, and so Britsha, we're going to start with you, with Bree. At one point, Bree spends like a good maybe 30 minutes devouring this moose, just going to town on this moose. And her kind of instincts in her new bear form take over, and she's just chowing down. But after about 30 minutes, it's still early on in the night. Hey, Tucker. After about 30 minutes into the night, you can say it, that's fine. What was I gonna say? After about 30 minutes, Bree notices something. She's like just sniffing, like, and even though there's an overpowering scent of like guts and blood from the thing that she from the moose that she killed, she smells something else. It smells like human. And she looks up and she sees an old man at the edge of this like clearing next to this river that the moose was drinking water from.
End of his life cycle.
It's like a grizzled old man with a cane.
The god.
And he's just sitting there. He's actually literally sitting on like a rock, watching Bree.
Can I see what emotion he has? Is he like scared of me?
Actually, no.
And then Bree will like slowly walk over to him then.
Okay. And he's just kind of staring.
Does he look like a threat?
Not really. No, he doesn't really seem very threatening. He's like probably like 70 years old.
Yeah, then Bree would like go up to him and like go near it, like close to him.
Okay.
And just sort of show that like I'm not a threat.
Okay. And he looks at you, Bree, and he's like, and he'll actually speak out loud. He says, I know you're one of the changers.
Bree says he knows and then bites off his head. But no, I can't communicate to him in this form, can I? I can just growl at him.
Well, you do kind of feel that it's possible you might be able to half revert.
Like Hulk and Endgame.
Do you want to try, or?
Yeah, sure, I guess. Because then I could talk to him.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution check.
Who drew on the hexagon?
Okay, hold on. Oh, no, Tucker! Dude! He got afraid of the headphones when I started to pick them up. Alright, hold on, my audio got fucked up, I think, because he pulled them out.
Do we want to add the bot so he learns about D&D or no? Maybe kind of fun.
Okay,
Right.
so, Bree, you try to kind of revert back. Unfortunately, the draw to remain as a full bear is just too much to bear. Okay, no, it's you're not able to, so you're gonna have to communicate in other ways.
Honey heist moment.
And he actually, it seems like this old man knows this. He's like you must
He
be
makes
a
it pretty
new
noise.
one. I've seen one of you before. Almost, that one almost bit off my torso.
Did it taste good?
I just shrug as a bear.
Sure, yeah, you can shrug. And he's like, just be careful. It's not. It's more than just a gift, you know. Like, look what you did to that thing, and he points his cane at the moose's carcass that is half devoured. He's like, just make sure you do that on things that deserve it.
Can I, like, pretend I'm gonna bite him, but then I, like, back away, like, you know, I'm like, nah, I'm just kidding.
When you do that, he takes his cane and goes thwack right on your nose. And it stings, but it doesn't actually hurt you because you're just too big. And he just kind of like, he's like, He's like, I know you're not evil in there, but you can't be doing stuff like that. You gotta use your power for good.
How, but, like, in size, like, where does he come up to on, like, my body? Like,
So you're like 10 feet tall, and he's like 5 feet tall.
okay.
Like
Can I,
on all
pat him on
fours
the
or
head?
standing up?
On all fours.
Jesus.
The man, I was like, huh?
But
Can I
he's-
pat him on the head?
Sure.
Would that be animal handling for a bear to pet another species?
No. And he just he just kind of like at this point kind of goes "Ugh," and stands up with his cane, and he's just gonna start walking away. He's like, "Well, good luck to you."
Bree doesn't really, like, since Bree can't communicate, Bree feels a bit annoyed. She wants to talk to him more and stuff, but she'll just have to listen to his words and move on.
Okay. And does she still feels energy just flowing through her? Does she just start running around basically?
Yeah, she'll just run around run around in circles.
All right. Yeah. Why don't you do an athletics check? As she's going to be running around these like mountainside hills and everything. Okay. So as she starts just running and letting loose her energy, and she's running through, the trees, flying by. She literally sometimes sees like an old tree just to test her strength, crashes through it, knowing she can crash through the brittle wood. And she's just bowling through branches of the trees and bushes, feeling how unstoppable she is. And as she's going, again, this is like hills, like small mountains even, and she kind of like reaches the top of one, and then like looks around, like feeling mighty, like she rules this land.
Zimmer starts playing.
And then her foot slips on a rock because she's not used to her weight being so much more than normal, and she starts rolling down the hill like boom, 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 boom. Luckily, your hide in this form is tough enough, and you're able to recover well enough, which is a part of what that check is for. You're not going to take any damage or anything, but you just start running down this hill now until finally you find yourself, like you reach the bottom, and like you just like are galloping now, basically, and finally reach the bottom and kind of slide to a halt. Almost feeling like the ground is shaking underneath you just from your mighty footsteps. And then you realize, wait, the ground is shaking underneath you.
It's Jeffrey.
Do you do anything, Bree?
Can I? As a bear?
Well, I mean, you just feel the ground shaking.
I just like hit it with my bare paws
Like a
because
cat.
I'm just so
like
hyped.
You just
Yeah.
go, "Whoa." Okay. And as you do so, you look around to see if like all the trees are shaking. There's a couple that are shaking near you, but then not other ones. And you realize, wait a minute. It's not an earthquake. There's something beneath you.
Can I like move to see if it's following me? Like kind of run a bit and see if...
You start to run out of the way, and it's good you do so, because right as you start to move, bursting from the ground, you see a flash of purple scales.
Right.
And you realize that it's a purple worm.
Okay. Is it our purple worm? Can I tell?
It's kind of like it basically bursts out of the ground and then goes back down under. You can't really tell, but it turns towards you, and it starts burrowing right at surface level towards you.
Maybe he's friendly still?
I seem to remember he was never friendly, except for when he was mind controlled.
Well, that counts.
I put out my arms with a big hug and...
Bear hug.
As it is charging at you, it does not seem like it's gonna stop.
Okay, then, do I
It's not
feel
a
like
naive.
I haven't, like, tested my abilities. Like, do I feel like I have the strength to beat a purple worm? Or can I tell I'm, like, not... I don't have, like, that kind of power, and, like...
Well, I think we're about to find out.
Right.
As it will just keep charging. Here, let me find. Hold on. Yeah, this works. Okay. Yeah, okay, this works. We're gonna put you on a battle map here. As
Terrible
the
map.
purple worm will charge you down. Do we have a bear token for Bree? I can't remember.
Hold on.
I've been muted, bruh. I actually made a map that looks like this, but it's like a forest trail. I made the trees translucent so you could still play even though you know they're there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was neat, but, never used
That's
it.
cool. Alright, this is gonna be Bree for now. I forgot I had this. This is you, Bree. Okay, this is you, Bree.
D&D bear fight music.
There you go. You should be able to control it now. I noticed you can control it.
Well,
What?
do I have a different sheet for it?
Nope, it's still using your normal sheet. It's not because it's not like a wild shape. The only thing is, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to look at your sheet, and you already have a bear claw attack ability, right? And when you are when you're in full bear form, the way it actually works is, being a were creature, is that you have, what was I gonna say? I totally forgot what I was gonna say. So it's not like a wild shape where you have a completely different stat block, right? You are you're using you keep all your like mental stats, all your normal stats. It's just that you become much stronger, right? As in, like right now, Bree's strength is a 14, but it goes up to a 20 when she's in this form. Which you don't have to change. You can just kind of add in your head whenever you do a strength-based roll. That's why your attacks, for instance, though, have +5 for the bear claw, because it's equivalent of a 20. More than that, you get to do 2 of them, right? Whereas normally you only get like 1 attack. So Bree becomes much more martially proficient. However, while in this form, there's an added benefit, which is that Bree's hide, her skin, becomes much tougher than normal as well. So while you're in bear form, you actually also basically have the equivalent of a barbarian's rage, which means that you actually take half damage from physical sources of damage, basically, so slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage. Right? It doesn't affect like magic damage, like psychic damage, or frost or cold damage, or fire damage. But you actually also take half. But you do take half damage from physical sources. And the thing is, the downside is that, well, for one, it's a limited. You don't have unlimited use of it necessarily, and right now you still haven't figured out what the limits are. But also, you can't cast spells when you're in this form, so that's the big downside. And so, if you want to be able to cast spells, you would have to revert back. But regardless, this thing is charging at you. So if you want to roll initiative, and this purple worm is going to charge you down. Wait, let me actually get the turn order thing here. Okay, oh, it still has the other ones, that's fine. Okay, so Bree here is going to roll into initiative, and the worm does roll worse. So Bree, this worm is charging right at you. What do you want to try to do? Oh, are you saying something? Oh, no, okay, yeah.
No, I have no idea. At this point, Bree will be frozen. I have no idea.
The bear in the headlights.
Huh.
So the only special thing now is just that now I can do a physical bear claw attack.
And you have resistance to, like, piercing,
Yeah.
slashing, bludgeoning, yeah.
Yeah.
But you could always try to change back. You could try to force that again. It didn't work before, but...
No, But part of why Bree is like so unsure is because Bree wants to like learn more about the bear form, so she would want to see like how she wants to test it and see how far, like how strong it could be.
Okay. Yeah.
Even if it like might kill her. So. But at the moment, because of this situation with like a giant purple worm, she has no idea what to do. So,
Test.
how far does this purple worm move? From like my knowledge of purple worms before.
When it's on the surface like this, it moves pretty quickly. A little quicker than you would. You're pretty sure.
Then I think I would. Since it's now this close to me, I might as well just like go up to it and try to attack it then.
Okay, so it's charging at you, and you rush to meet it head on. And again, this purple worm is big, but you are also pretty fucking big. And you're just gonna try to like...
I move 30 feet like normal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, then I would try out the bear claw.
Okay, and so you just go and lunge for it. Okay. Unfortunately, it does have pretty thick scales. So you're not able to get through with that, unfortunately. But you have another one, and that one does. So you manage to just go boom. And you literally, like, basically take part of its scales and go, and, like, rip them up, like, pull them apart, and then slash in. And you hear it rumbling, like, okay. And yeah, you kind of luckily are able to also, by doing this, get out of the way of its full charge or kind of stop its momentum by basically grabbing onto its side and just digging in with your claws. Alright, that brings us to its turn unless you have anything else you can do, but I don't think so. Again, you can't because you can't have spells and stuff as a full bear.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be the worm's turn. It is going to... It wasn't really ready for you to just charge back at it. And so it will then, like, just turn its head and go try to bite at you. Okay. It will hit you for 20 damage. But remember, you have resistance because of your thick hide. So you actually only take 10. Yeah. It's not that bad. Beyond that, here's the other thing too, is that the worm normally in the past, it has when you guys have fought your worm before, or well, you didn't fight it for very long, but like, when you used it, it swallows things. However, part of that is that it can only swallow large or smaller creatures. And you are huge size, technically. And so it literally tries to, like, grab onto you, like, tries to swallow you whole. But Bree, you literally just put your arms out and, like, pulled its mouth apart. Like, it's still chomping at you, and, like, you get, like, spit all over your face from it. But you hold it back as it's trying to bite you and eat you. And that will be to take it to your turn.
Hit it with the claws again.
Okay.
I try to get another angle of it. I go around like here.
Yeah, you kind of let go of its mouth and quickly swivel around. Okay, that is unfortunately also a miss. It's got thick scales.
No.
And so is that. As this thing, it's just kind of flailing around now. But either way, it is now going to turn to you. What? Oh yeah, that's fine. You just turn on and keep the one setting. The keyboard setting. Yeah, okay. Sorry. It's actually going to swivel around, and its tail end is going to pop out of the dirt, and it's going to hit you with its stinger. Oof. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Why is there a bear twerking? That just got added. What's that?
Constitution save.
Yeah. Wow, that's just the number you needed. So you're going to take half of the poison damage. So, as the purple worm poison, which is pretty nasty, one of those lethal poisons there is, sinks into your bloodstream, you resist its effects, and you only take half of that. And you still only take half of the piercing damage, right? So, again, both parts of it are not going to hit you quite as hard. So even though this would normally put you in a bad spot already, you're still actually doing all right here. And also, as you do this, Bree, or as it does this, rather, Bree, you notice something. You notice a scar on its stinger. And you recognize that it's the same scar that Jeffrey the Worm had. And so it is the same worm. And this is actually not too far from where you guys first found it, so.
I will say, as soon as you went over that direction, I was waiting for it.
And it goes back to your turn. I don't know if you have any, if this changes your approach at all.
Oh yeah, what was its attack? How much did it do?
So it'll do half of both those numbers. So 7 piercing and 19 poison.
What's the lower half then?
Well, no, that's yeah. It always runs down. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Damage always runs down. In D&D. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But it is your turn, and you're still not even visibly wounded yet. Again, this would have already put you visibly wounded normally, but you're resisting its attacks pretty well.
I'm gonna keep attacking it. I'm just gonna run again to another angle, and then try again.
Yeah, running around, just going, like looking for weak spots. You're lucky. Oh no! The luck for Bree has not been great. Not been great. And it's gonna swivel around, it's gonna bite at you again. And it misses now. So, as it swivels around, you kind of just you literally hop up over it. You vault over it in bear form. It's your turn.
Keep going.
Alright. Bree keeps circling.
Bree.
And there we go. Now there's a hit. Bree gets in there.
Oh,
Two
nice.
hits. Nice.
Finally.
As Bree is feeling her new abilities out. Starts lunging in. Roll your damage up there. Woo, nice. Okay, nice. 25 damage from those two. Not too bad, right? And you just find, again, you actually kind of maybe jump on its back and kind of just go and start clawing through weak parts of its scales, gaps between its scales. Then it roars out, it goes it's definitely very annoyed by this. However, it's going to come back at you, and as you're kind of on its back, its stinger once again goes boom, and tries to hit you. Let's see. Oh, and it will. It will. Roll me a con save again.
Oh no.
Once again, hitting the exact number you need. The DC is 19. And so you're going to take half of this. So you only take 6 piercing, and you only take 19 poison again. Yeah. So 25 total. So it's still not actually that bad. Of course, Bree doesn't have infinite HP, but we'll see. What does that put you at? I think you're still not even visibly wounded yet.
67.
Okay. Yeah, you're actually still not even visibly wounded yet. So I just realized the string can't see. That's fine.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they've been looking at the forest, but I forgot.
Oh.
Also, what is Bree's max HP?
128 it looks like. Let me make it so you guys can see that actually, because normally you can with the other tokens.
So yeah, 64. Okay, so yeah, almost there.
Where do I put visible? I can't remember. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. And so Bree is, taking a few nasty-ass hits that would have put any of the rest of the party down already. But Bree is actually still doing all right. And so it
Average
stings
bear.
you while you're kind of hanging onto its side. What do you do, Bree?
It does what, sorry? Oh, as in my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Then... Yeah, okay. Bree thinks that this is like a weak spot and stays there.
Okay.
And then... Damn.
Bree's not having the best luck today. Unfortunately, those are both misses. However, it's actually, luckily for you, it's not actually going to try to attack back this time. Because instead, it's going to try to burrow. It kind of wants to reposition. It doesn't like you hanging onto its side here. And so it's going to burrow out of the way. Like, just go straight down. Here's what I'll say, though. If you want, you could try to hold it back so it can't burrow.
I'm gonna try that then.
Okay, roll me an athletics check. And whatever you roll will be 3 higher than normal. Yeah, so it's actually 3 higher than that, because you, again, have more strength as a bear. So it's not a 23, it's a 26. Which is pretty fucking nuts. Let's see. It is pretty strong, too, though, so let's see. It actually ties you. 26 versus 26. I'm going to say that because you are the one you're just holding steady, you have the advantage here, and you actually... the status quo remains, in other words. It's not, this thing is very strong, very big, but it's not actually able to burrow down quick enough. Instead, you manage to hold it back barely. You're kind of like, you feel your muscles straining.
Barely.
But, yeah, barely, yeah. You feel your muscles straining, but you go, "Rrrr," and you hold it back. And finally, it kind of flops out of the ground a bit because it doesn't know what to do. And you actually have, because of this, it was not expecting to basically be yanked out of the ground or held back. And it's actually kind of on its side, and you see its underbelly, which has weaker scales. And you're going to have advantage on these next 2 attacks because it's still your turn.
It's a 2.
Or it goes back to your turn now.
Okay.
So you have advantage here. And so Bree lunges in. Still gets... Man, you have not been getting great luck. Okay, that one's enough, though. The 16 is a miss, but the 18 is a hit as you just go... whoosh, and kind of gash along its underside of its scaly body. Okay, not bad. And this thing obviously has a lot of HP, but you still hurt it a good bit. It is going to turn... it's going to kind of flop around... and then kind of turn around and try to take a bite at you. Damn, it's getting good rolls. So it will hit you. You take half. Only 13 damage instead of the normal 26. At this point, you're visibly wounded, but still not close to death. And it is, it's decently hurt. Also not, or it's actually not visibly wounded, though. But it bites at you again, tries to swallow you. But you're just too big and too bulky, and you just go, like, just push it away. Your turn again.
But now it's back up, now it's not.
Yeah, it is back up. Mm-hmm. It's normal
Okay.
now.
Run around it again to confuse it.
Okay.
Then...
Circling.
Oh,
Okay.
but yeah.
That's fine, because we just take the left roll if you
bear
accidentally
circle.
roll advantage. So 25 and 19.
Oh, nice.
Those are both hits. And yeah, again, Bree is still feeling out her abilities, so she lunges in, and a nice 21 damage there. Nice. And as at this point, as she kind of just like keeps circling, just slashing, getting in there with the strength to pierce through the gaps between its scales. This thing does not. It does not seem like it realizes now. It thought you were going to be some easy prey, and it realizes now that it was mistaken, and so it's actually going to start burrowing. And you think that this time it seems like it's burrowing to try to get away.
Bree's gonna grab it again.
Okay.
Spin it around like a lasso.
All right, Bree, you can make another athletics check then. As you try to go roll like you're not going anywhere. A low roll, but it is a 14, not 11. Okay, this time, however, it does manage to go. It kind of just like you don't get a good enough grip on it. It just wiggles out of the way, and it will burrow. And you feel the vibrations getting more distant as you were. It was actually winning the fight. It had still had more HP proportionally, but it realized that, man, I don't want to get fucking hurt by this bear anymore. There's plenty of other easier marks, and it realized that Bree was not going to be an easy fight, an easy meal. So unless Bree wants to try to burrow in after it, I'm just kidding.
I jumped down the hole that it made.
Well, when it's in the normal dirt like this, it kind of leaves. It doesn't really leave a tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of churns everything up.
Okay. Does it feel like it's now quiet now and there's nothing left? No threats at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, you listen for a while, but your heightened senses don't pick up anything.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What's it looking like now with the full moon? Is it like I'm still?
It's like the middle of the night now.
For a while.
Is Bree just going to kind of keep going on around exploring, testing her new abilities?
Yeah, I think she just keep going.
Okay. And Bree will do this. She's going to kind of wander around. And going back to the rest of the group, you guys spend the night wearing out the little werebear rats until they finally, eventually, even with their big burst of energy, they eventually will collapse over and just start snoozing on top of the castle where Talvo had been running them around in circles.
Oh yeah, I forgot Talvo did that.
Yeah, and the rest of the night will pass without incident for Bree as well. Bree, you'll run around, and eventually, though, you kind of actually just you kind of don't really remember the last couple hours of being in bear form. You kind of just eventually not really black out, but more like you just kind of get so in tune with this new form that you are just wandering around and you feel like a true bear until you wake up and you realize that you're back in human form. In fact, you're back right next to the camp that you had, little camp you had made for yourself, with a new set of clothes there, since you are naked. I think we had said that this time Bree went in prepared, she had a set of clothes and
But do I remember? I do remember. Do I remember everything that's happened through that night?
Yeah, but it almost kind of it seems like a dream almost. Definitely you felt like you had an altered state of mind, and so it's kind of even though even though you still had control in the moment, it feels like it was a different you almost, right? Even though it was you,
Have I had a sleep? Would my spells come back?
Yeah, you were able to you did eventually go to sleep actually. Even in bear form, you eventually wore out, and then it was probably very late, early morning. So it's probably noon when you wake up.
Would I have a long rest to heal back all the damage I took?
Yeah, you would have rested. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And at this point, the rest of the group again also nothing else happened beyond the stuff with the rats. And then once you kind of wake up, Bree, you're free to. I mean, I think you can use your teleport with plant thing. Just go into one of the trees in Krubok City and basically get back that way.
What if you use that in bear form? If you could cast spells and you were just drunkenly teleport something.
Well, in the future, maybe there might be a way.
Oh yeah, we lost Talvo.
Rip.
Someone took him in the night.
He got tuckered out by the rats. He just fell asleep.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm looking at the Discord. What is this? Is this a World of Warcraft thing, Duncan?
Huh?
What is
It's
that?
Huh?
oh the rat.
Yeah.
That's a rat ogre from Warhammer.
Oh, from Warhammer. Okay,
Yeah.
a rat ogre. Yeah, that's what they look like, except smaller than that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that thing's like 15 feet tall.
Yeah. That's the proportions that the rats have when they're in bear form, though. So, alright. So yeah, you guys would. You guys. Oh, I gotta fix the cameras. Hold on. Yeah, Bree, you teleport back, and it's you're fine in the end.
Did I? How far away did I go quite far when I was up there though?
You did, but then you came back by the end.
Okay, now because just what I was thinking, because Bree, because of exploring and everything, she'd kind of want to sort of, because it felt like a dream, she'd want to like walk around the areas that she went as a bear and just like sort of reflect on it.
Okay, yeah, you can do that before you came
Before
back.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And now you have trees to teleport to if you ever need to for some reason. Find that
True.
man.
I'm just gonna leave it.
Basically,
like this.
anywhere we've ever been, you can just teleport to. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, but you're able to then rejoin the group, and you could kind of talk to Bill about your experience, and he would listen. Anything you would
stars do
ask
you-
him, like, is this normal or is this weird or?
How was your night?
He'd be like, you know, it was normal.
What does that mean? You were just a bear the whole, like, just chilling as a bear?
Bard.
It's like, well, you know.
Murdered a few kids, you know, ate some people.
He would tell you that he basically went out into the forest, actually, just closer
He
to
did what?
Rock City.
You just sat in the forest?
Yeah. So yeah, you know.
Stink.
Alright.
Why is this? We're good. We're good. I like resized it and then it just crashed OBS for whatever reason. That was really weird.
Yeah, that happens to
Why
me
is
when
the
I
picture-
resize things.
Okay, yeah, it's really weird. Okay, we're
Alright.
back. I mean, kind of back. Hold on, just give me a second here, guys.
Oh yeah, the pig's there.
Yeah, just give us a second.
He's sitting there like one of those old like computer viruses.
What is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, that's
You went on
working.
French.
Okay, good. Yeah, just gotta get the cameras now. Where's the other cameras that I had?
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Ow.
Bless you. I don't know why
Nice
these
sneeze
are
on the
broken.
Richter scale.
Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna have to live with the cameras being fucked up. Okay. So... there we go. Yeah, we're just gonna have to live with this. Alright. So the rest of the group, you know, you guys had once you've dealt with the rats, figured out how to deal with them, you had a mostly uneventful time. What's the plan? I mean, I know once you figured out that Rook wasn't in imminent mortal danger, you kind of said that you basically just wanted to sit around a little longer, right?
I haven't finished talking to Bill.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Bill was done talking to you. He cut the line. That's
No,
Yeah.
What is,
Yeah.
what's Bill do?
I was gonna... can I, like, describe the old man I met and, like, say, do you know this guy?
Yeah, he would. He's like,
Mr. Man.
I don't know him, but, you know. Seems like he knew.
He knew about us. Yeah. Does he want to know anything about how my experience went? He doesn't seem to care.
He
Probably
would,
a thing.
he would be curious. He'd be like, when you tell him about fighting the purple worm, because I'm assuming you would tell him about that too.
Yeah.
He would be like, that is certainly different than my first time. He's like, I don't think I even nowadays, I don't think I have the strength to do something like that. Or I like this drawing is it's me as Jabba the Hutt. What is that even supposed to be?
It's you as the turtle shell.
Okay, cool. Anyways, yeah. So the he's impressed. He's impressed. He tells you. He tells you that like he's very impressed. Like, and he's. It's pretty. He would say that like he would say, you know, it's pretty clear to me that you've got probably a lot more strength than I'll ever have in that form. But the old man was right when he said you just got to be careful.
All right.
Fine, I guess.
This guy seems useless. Bree just...
He's trying to help out with the advice, you know.
Yeah. Bree's kind of keeping him around because like he's one of the people that knows about this bear thing, but she's starting to become more and more like annoyed that he doesn't have more information to give her, because that's what she wants, is information about things.
Okay.
So she just sort of like shrugs and gives up and walks away.
He does have one thing to say though, which is that I like how there's me as a rat turtle. Is that what that's supposed to be?
No, it's just a rat.
Oh, it's just a rat. It's just
a big body.
Rat. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh god, I think there's part of a rat over here on the left that
part of...
Yeah, I redrew that part on the
me as
actual
the
rat.
moon, so that's great. Me as
We have
me as
10 poetries. Yeah, 10 poetries on the board.
I like how like you can tell the level it was drawn at, because it'll be like really high definition was drawn like really close in, like the Wojaks, like really clear from zoomed out.
I need to like see. I left this area at the bottom for you guys to draw. Luckily, we don't have too many drawings right now elsewhere, but you know.
Yeah, we have to like spatial skip over the sea to get to the other continent. Like it's actually just below this.
Yeah. So
we have
okay.
to fly over the turtle.
So the sorry. Well, okay, yeah. So we were saying yeah. Bree. Oh, yeah. He was gonna say. Bill was gonna say. He's gonna ask you if you were able to control your form to become a hybrid.
I tried at one point, but it didn't work out, so I kind of gave up.
He nods. He's like, that might take a little more practice, but once you master that, then a lot more will open up to you. You will be able to... I am no magician, but I know you control the very magics of nature itself. And if you can master that form, then you'll be able to do that as a bear.
He goes, yo, what? And pogs, and because like, it sounds sick.
Yeah.
And then, when can I be a bear again then? Now Bree's like excited to try it.
He tells you. He tells Bree, he's like, well, in my experience, after the first full moon, it becomes easier, and then with every full moon after that, it becomes easier.
Bear pogs.
Why don't you try to do it right now?
Where are we?
You're like in the courtyard of the castle.
Okay. Then yeah, sure.
Okay, and you don't even have to make a roll this time. You just start thinking about it. It takes you a moment. You have to concentrate. It takes maybe like 20-30 seconds. But you just think, and eventually you just go, and you just start transforming into a full bear again. And he, for a second, he kind of stands back and he like waits to make sure, but seeing as it's on a full moon, you don't actually have any issue controlling it. Like you don't have like an insatiable hunger as much as you did. It still does, like, you could tell that once you come out of bear form, you're going to be exhausted because of the exertion. But you're able to fully control yourself. You look around. A lot of people in the castle are like, oh, shit, like, what the fuck? But, because most of them haven't seen this. But you know, they know what's going on. They heard about it. And so there's, like, a little crowd that gathers. And he tells you, Bill looks at you, and he's like, okay, well, now that I know you can do it on command, we can begin your training.
Am I as strong as I would be? Like, if I hit something, will it be as hard?
Yeah, it will.
Or is it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still as strong and I still have, like, the same resistance then?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it was just, like, the moon that made it, like, extra powerful.
No, yeah, the only thing, though, is just that you... is that for right now, until you master the ability to be a hybrid halfway between, right? You just can't cast spells in that form.
Can I try it again right now?
Well, that's the thing, is he's going to basically train you to do this.
Okay.
And you're not going to be able to do it yet. But he's going to train you over the course of weeks or months or however long it takes.
Okay. Can I also, like, lunge at random people in the courtyard and, like, pretend I'm gonna attack them?
Yeah, you do. You see Riley, you see small Riley there. And he's like, oh, God! You, like, you actually, like, grab him by his tail with your teeth, but just gently, and you pick him up by his rat tail, and he's like, ah!
That should get some laughs. Oh, also, what is a lunar month on this planet?
It's 28 days. So I made it nice and easy. Just for simplicity's sake. I mean, it's all, what is it, 28.5 normally? It's like...
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's something like that.
Yeah, because it's not like even. But yeah. Yep. Anyways. So, what was I say? Yeah, so this will kind of start your training, Bree. And as you kind of keep training just in your free time or whatever, then you'll unlock more abilities.
Okay, cool. And wait, I can command become a bear, but can I also command not be one?
Yes, you can. The only thing is that when you stop being a bear for now, because you're still getting used to it and still training, for now you have a wave of lethargy, similar to what happens with the haste spell. So if you look at the haste spell, so you kind of don't want to do it unless, like, you're ready for that bad thing. So yeah, which is, it's not actually that bad. It's just that for one turn after you change back, you can't move or take actions. So you basically lose a turn.
Okay. But that's the only downside then.
The only other thing is that you can only do this once a day for now, because it's so exhausting. Right? That's the idea.
Yeah. Like,
you can stay in that form as long as you want once you do it, but you can only transform there and back.
So just wake up, stay, go...
Do I need to... could I tell now, or would I need to find out about, like, if I, like, summon some creatures or something, could I then become a bear and be fine?
Yeah, that would still be fine. You might have a little trouble communicating with them, but, like...
Yeah.
But they would still be, like, following your order. You can maintain concentration, right? So you can cast a spell... and then change, and then keep concentration. You just can't cast new spells in that form, right? So. And
I wouldn't be able to, like, communicate with them to... Well, I guess I'd have to, like, signal it with my hands.
Yeah, you could, like, point with your finger, they would, or, you know, your claw, and they could still get that.
Imagine, like you're, like, the bad guy. A bear rolls up and just goes...
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, anyways.
Also, do we know TS might be out for the...
Yeah.
I think he's out. Damn.
Out. Rip. Anyways, I'll work on fixing the cameras, but that's okay. Yeah, so while I do that, Bree, you're going to be training, and that'll only be like, you know, an hour or two, or, you know, a couple hours a day of training, because otherwise it's just, you know, you're going to be too exhausted. But that's only going to be like when you're traveling, when you don't have like big things happening. So it's going to be kind of happening in the background. So Bill is like, you know, he's not necessarily going to be able to give you a lot of information all at once, but that's a kind of a thing in the background, right? So.
Okay. I wouldn't be able to do it today because I've already become a bear.
Yeah, yeah. But regardless,
Right.
The
My food
rest
soon,
of
so
you
I'm gonna fuck up the
now,
cameras again.
the rest of you now need to figure out. Hold on.
I'll let Duncan pick. He's good at making decisions.
You need to figure out what you're doing and like
That's me.
and everything. So
I forget. Did Talvo want to do anything specific?
Wasn't our general plan to go to the north and like teleport up there, work our way back down, get the what is it, the axe or whatever, the other thing?
Yeah, we were gonna come back down on via the west, I believe.
Yeah.
but Helios, your
Doing a
camera
West
isn't
Coast.
working now either.
Yeah, I know.
Oh shit.
I'm about to walk out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. You guys just got to figure out what you want to do.
Say we tell.
Well?
Go to the north.
Yeah, this is where the Third Flying Castle is, right?
Yeah, because I know my whole arc of finding the dragon 2 is likely, as we figured out, probably in the south. So let's do all our stuff here, and then start working our way down. Wasn't the
I agree.
college? The college was up there, so we can.
The
hit
college
that.
was
We're
here.
gonna go past it, and then that's another thing we'll do on our way down.
Okay, so you're gonna go on the way to so when do you want to start heading there? You've been in Kurbak City now for about a week. Would you like stay an extra week?
I would be fine with that, seeing as we don't have anything particularly pressing. I need to get my armor.
Yeah, let's wait for armor and
Okay.
air training.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, plus if we stay here for another week, then my forbidden spell will be done, and we will have a permanent area of effect on the castle.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Well then, yeah. Let's assume then that you guys would do that. You would take an extra week here to chill and yeah, like maybe run some more errands. But you kind of already done a lot of the shopping trip stuff, so it'd be more like just kind of relaxing and training and whatever else, forming a cult, and all that nice.
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
All that nice stuff. So yeah. Okay, and it would pass by without incident. So unless there's anything else, we can kind of skip ahead to a week later when you begin your journey.
I don't think I have anything.
Okay. Talvo's probably doing sneaky rogue shit, but
Yeah.
okay, well then let's
Is there any-
oh yeah, sorry.
Is there anything that I would have learned in a week?
Not quite yet. Not quite yet. But you're just starting to get more used to it at this point still, right? So
Yeah.
hold on. Did you hear my girlfriend? Hold on, let me.
I heard a dog bark.
Yeah, also the dog's barking. Alright, let's make this bigger. And then let me make the chat thing. Where's the chat? Where is the chat? Okay, there we go. That's fine for now. So, there's going to be one thing that happens before the week is up. Most of the time, it's fine here. For most of this time, it's just a relaxing, nice time. Your guys' troops, your crewmates of your flying castle, are very appreciative of having this week to kind of refresh and relax, spend some of their hard-earned money. I'm assuming you'd probably actually maybe divulge, like you give out some of the earnings from the money that you guys got. Since you got so much, I'm assuming you might give everyone a bonus of some amount. You can kind of, yeah. If you
I don't know how much I normally pay them, but
yeah, I mean normally, so for a skilled for like a mercenary, on average a mercenary might be paid like a foot soldier mercenary might be paid like a gold a day, and then like lieutenants would get paid more and stuff, right? But like
Yeah.
So like, let's say I think right now you guys have about maybe like 100 people or something like that. I can't remember. It's gonna kind of differs, fluctuates based on everything. But like so let's say you're spending like maybe a couple hundred gold a day. Except you probably don't pay them all. Like most of the time, I don't worry about having you pay them because most of the time they just take their money from like stuff looted on the back.
You said they get like a share, but I mean, I think we would definitely be willing to give them a bonus just to go get cool shit in the city.
Yeah, so if you want to take out like a few thousand or whatever, then that would help morale, and that would also like you said it would make them. Lots of them would probably spend it on like better gear and stuff too. So,
what do you guys think is a reasonable amount? I was going to give about 5,000 gold between them all.
I don't know how much that is.
Well, if you want to buy alcohol, it's a lot. 50 gold a piece.
Yeah.
But if you want to buy like a magic item, it's nothing. So I could give them 100,000 if I really wanted, and then be like, all of you go buy fucking a +2 sword, and they won't know what I'm saying. But I'm not. I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna give them 5,000 gold.
Okay, I mean, that's still
or
just
just
like
vacation.
Is that collective like amount?
What is a
like,
what?
That's just like 5,000 like spread out
everybody.
between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we're just assuming you have
Like-
around 100 people, that'd be like 50 each, which is a big bonus for them. So.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you meant like 5,000 is in for like one person,
Oh no,
person.
no. Maybe I'll give Mohi 5,000. He can go find something to buy for us. But no, I don't think anything. I don't think any of
Yeah,
them
that
would
sounds
get
good then.
5,000 individually.
Yeah, and Mohi was. I forgot. I never mention that when you reached Quebec City, but he was like there watching your guys' items, like making sure they were ready and stuff and done correctly. So he rejoined you guys with his little pseudo dragon E.
What does my armor? Not it doesn't do anything special, but what stats is Mithril Plate +1? I don't like just 19 AC.
So it would be like normal plate +1, right? Normal plate is 18, so it'd be 19 plus when it's +1.
Okay.
And then the mithril part is that it doesn't have.
It's like the strength and stealth, right?
It doesn't have a strength requirement. It also doesn't have disadvantage on stealth, I believe. Let me look at that. I think that's correct. Yeah, it doesn't have a strength requirement. And it doesn't have stealth disadvantage.
Frick yeah.
Yep. What is your AC now?
That's crazy. 24.
That's pretty high. I had in my first campaign I ever ran. We had one player who was an Eldritch Knight, and so Eldritch Knights basically are like they're martial fighters, but they also have they're like a third caster as well. There's for Britsha, since you might not know this, there's like different levels of caster. There's full casters, half casters, and third casters. They're called. Basically, there's it determines how much of a level of magic are you going to max out at. But the thing is, even with only being a third caster, this one character played by Craig Ox had I think 23, 24 AC, and then he had shield as a spell. So he would just shield up and basically never get hit. It was crazy. Anyways, okay. So
oh shit. So I also have to remove 30,000 gold because every day of casting Forbidden is 1,000. 30 days.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
now we only have 260,000. Fuck.
Yeah.
We're broke.
Did you move the 200 from when I got that fortune told?
Yes.
I like how
I always keep track.
minus 300,000 and 200.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's one thing that's going to happen. Right around the time when you were planning on leaving, though, so about a week later, so not really cutting anything short.
How cool is that?
There would be a commotion. As in, you and your castle actually parked inside of Quebec City, near Quebec's Citadel. And at some point, there would be a commotion of a bunch of guards bringing... Oh, I gotta move the cameras down. Of a bunch of...
Sorry.
Very good. A bunch of guards bringing, like, escorting someone through. Through, like, the city. And there's a kind of a crowd gathering around them. And you kind of like, yeah, it draws a commotion, and they kind of are, it looks like they're sort of heading towards Kurbach's citadel. But then they stop.
Draw a commotion.
They stop in front of your castle. And they and they collapse. So it's just a person being escorted by guards. Except the guards aren't really escorting them. They're kind of like, they don't have their spears pointing at this person, but they're like, kind of like, you can tell these guards are rattled by something. And you see this figure just kind of come down here and then collapse on like the steps, or like in the courtyard that like you've parked your castle next to. And you guys are probably like rightfully a little confused, like what's going on here, right? And so you kind of come down here, and you see that it is a you see that it's a woman. It's a human woman. But she is missing an arm.
Oops.
She is missing an arm, and her other arm is clutched around her baby. But unfortunately, the site is not very, very happy, because both her arm and her whole torso, including where her other arm should be, are encased in ice. And you are and the only reason she didn't bleed out from this arm that was literally looks like ripped off is because it was encased in ice.
Is it her left arm?
No.
No,
it's her right arm. Yeah. And her whole
torso... She's not alright.
So her torso and her dead baby that is literally being held in her grasp is encased in ice. It's a pretty brutal scene, and she literally, like, stumbles forward and collapses in front of your guys' castle. And the guards were, like, escorting her, but obviously also trying to tell her to stop. Like, stop. You're gonna get yourself killed. You're gonna kill yourself. And she apparently wasn't listening. And they didn't want to, like, touch her because she's, like, half encased in ice. And you guys have no idea how she's even alive.
Interesting. I'm just saying you're eating fries with seven.
Yeah.
So you
yeah, Helios is enjoying lunch on the edge of the castle. Like, what the hell?
And I'm assuming you guys would approach and see what's going on.
No.
Yes, hurriedly.
Damn, if only we had some sort of like regeneration, like
that'd be crazy if we had some sort of magic that could do that.
The lady, like when she sees you guys approach, she looks up and she's like her eyes, like she's drained of all life pretty much. She's right on the edge of dying. She looks at you guys. She looks up at like Adau and Helios and Bree who are approaching, and she says, "He sent me. He sent me to you. He did this. I was the only one who lived. The rest, they all died."
Yeah. I think this is a certified. No, actually, I don't need to.
A little less vague here.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say maybe she doesn't want to talk about it, and I'll look into her mind, but I'll just ask first. Whomst?
The dragon. White as snow.
Uh-oh.
He descended upon our village, and he let me live, but he said, if you don't come to him, then more will fall. He'll kill more.
And knock on Adau's shield. Hey, you know this guy?
Yeah, I think when she says dragon, I say Casaria. Do you know who this is?
And Casaria will kind of go like, and be like, yes, a wimp of a whelp of a dragon. An icy white dragon by the name of Prusu.
You can take it on.
And
Spelled like that?
Yeah, like with one S, but yeah. So
Ah.
she would tell you, she's like, she would tell you that she would say, he would never have dared challenge me when I was alive, but he always envied me. He lived far to the north, though. He must have moved. He must have started moving when he heard of your lucky victory over me.
You're just mad.
No, we can get off the account.
But anyway, we'll kill him. Which I say out loud.
And the lady at this point just collapses, and she's dead.
Not for long.
Like, don't worry, we have to let that happen for this to work.
Yeah. Ah, shit. Actually, we don't. Well, I can. How long's the kid been dead? Can I gauge that?
She would actually. Well, the one of the guards would tell you that they know where she came from. Like, she came from a village way up in the foothills here, like one of the furthest reaches of Kurbok's empire, up in the mountains.
That's
It
really
was
close.
she walked here for the better part of a week, and the only reason, like, obviously she's
10 days.
The ice is like a magical ice from his frost breath, right? So that's the only reason
Yeah.
it didn't like melt. Is that it's like a permafrost type deal. So,
Okay.
Which also kind of lets you know that this dragon, like, Kasari is kind of downplaying it because obviously she's like, she thinks she's the
salty.
superior dragon. But like for this sort of like breath to be that effective, it's probably a fully grown dragon, right? It's not like and the fact that she knew who he is too, right? So you're pretty sure it's gonna be, an ancient dragon, if not, at least an adult dragon, if not.
But Kazaria was just under Ancient Dragon, right? Like they were.
No, she was
She
ancient.
was in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't imagine we're gonna be going anywhere, doing anything today. So I'm gonna have to wait
Let's go get a
until.
dragon.
Yeah, I can use Raise Dead and just raise them right now. Because I mean, she'd probably, the whole soul being willing to return to the body. I wouldn't want to come back if my kid was dead. But if my kid was alive, then so I have to do the kid first, which I can do with Raise Dead. But I'll have to do it tomorrow because I didn't have it prepared.
Oops.
You could, I mean,
Put him in the
so yeah,
freezer.
the guards who kind of escorted her through the city, like, because they didn't know what was going on, they would be able to take, they're like, they could bring out a priest who could then like kind of keep the bodies preserved.
I mean, they're half frozen already, so.
Yeah.
Keep them. Keep them in the. I know how to. I'm a cult leader. Keep them in the cult building.
Okay.
And then when they are revived, bam, conversion.
New call.
You've actually been already, like, in the past week or 2 weeks now. You have actually had a chance to kind of feel out the abilities of your recruits a little more, and you've had a few new people trickle in who've heard about the exploits of the group and have heard about you wielding the crest, and a lot of people who kind of grew up knowing the legend of the purple dragon and this crest and everything, right? So mostly like a couple lizard folk and dragon elves, but also some humans and stuff. You in this past couple weeks, you've actually had a chance to feel out the abilities of everyone a little more, doing these training sessions, and you've realized that a few of them have magical aptitude, and it's going to take a long time for them to train up, but a couple of them are probably the equivalent of like a first level priest now, or a cleric.
Okay.
You're kind of training a few in your footsteps, and I think even at that low level, you can do the one spell about not spare the dying, but the preserving one, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, gentle repose.
Yeah, I think that's like a first level spell, right? So
it's a cantrip, I believe. Oh no, yeah. Spare the dying is a cantrip.
yeah. So but I think it's not too. I think it's like first level, isn't it?
It's second level.
Okay, that's fine then. By the
I'll
way,
just do it.
Yeah, either way, you this is good practice for them. Honestly, they can still kind of try.
Yeah.
Let's just kill some more people so we can practice bringing them back.
That's my method.
Here,
That's how I learn. But no, I would train them separately. Actually, if like any of them who showed that they had the potential to follow in the footsteps of a cleric, like a clerical member, they would be trained separately.
Okay.
And more personally, I suppose.
Gotcha.
But yeah, definitely want to resurrect both of them tomorrow.
Okay.
And shit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask the guards. What do we know where the dragon went next, and which village it's raided? So we can maybe establish a pattern to see where it is.
Yeah, we'll say they would tell you that they've already by this point sent out a couple scouts on quick riding elks. So probably the next day after you've done the resurrections, then they'll probably have intel already.
Okay.
So they don't know for now though. This is again she told you that she said she was the only survivor from her village. So who knows if other ones were wiped out or anything, right? So
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, that this would, at this point it's been a couple weeks and stuff, and you can tell your guys in your castle they're getting ready to start start traveling again, and this kind of definitely puts a damper on the celebrations too, because people are like, man, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And especially because it does seem like basically he's just doing it just purely to lure out you. And yeah,
I'm gonna put 2 of them in the shield, and they can fight.
Yeah.
So and I'm assuming maybe you would also do some research about white dragons, maybe over in the evening before.
Oh yeah, I have no idea what white dragons are capable
Yeah,
of.
why don't we have you all roll history checks? You all have a chance of maybe knowing a bit for different reasons here.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, Adau just can kind of do some research. Helios.
Or I can do Legend Lore.
Yeah, you could.
I'm smart now. I'm smart now.
Nice.
And I was going to say Bree has a chance because she grew up in mountains where there are occasionally white dragons and white drakes, but she just has not run into them, we'll say, or run into knowledge about them. But either way, Adau, you're able to, Adau and Helios, you're both able to learn kind of a good bit, and then Helios, you're going to know stuff specific to this one, because it's a specific named dragon, right?
This guy. Yeah. I thought they one for the dragon itself.
The what? Sorry.
I'll do a roll for white dragons themselves.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Adau,
History.
you would know. Okay, yeah. So Adau and Helios, you both know a good bit. You would know that white dragons are typically considered the weakest of the chromatic dragons. Of the the red, green, black, white. Blue dragons, all of them. White dragons are typically considered the weakest. However, that is kind of underselling a bit, in the sense that they aren't that much weaker. They are a little bit smaller, maybe at their maximum size than the other ones, and they are oftentimes much more reclusive, kind of just mainly hiding in the mountains and in snowy areas. But they are still deadly. They are still, to put in perspective, they're not quite as cunning as a lot of the other ones, but they are still more cunning than the average human in general. Let me go look at. Yeah, by default they are actually around the norm. They're actually not that intelligent. They have a typical ancient white dragon has an intelligence of 10. Which is not that crazy. So you would know that they're but that's also not that dumb. They're about as average as a person, about as intelligent as an average person, but much stronger in other ways, obviously. So they're not they're nothing to sneeze your nose at, but they are also kind of the runts of the litter.
What else would you sneeze?
Dragons. So, and then Helios, you would specifically be able to know that. Indeed, so let's see. It's that, and this is kind of around the line of what you can use legend lore for, because it's this guy is a named dragon who is definitely a ancient dragon, and is pretty powerful, but he isn't necessarily a super big legend, but he is enough so that I think he's right on the edge of what would be considered a legend. Basically. So what you're going to mostly get is kind of current tales and tales from the past. And in this case, it's that he actually is from the mountain ranges far to the north, actually from around where you guys were eventually going to be going at some point here. He is from that mountain range up there. And he is pretty old. You would learn from this legend lore that stories have been told of... Because legend lore is basically you basically download into your brain any knowledge that other people have known. It's not that you get knowledge straight from like God. It's that you know the knowledge of past generations. Basically, just even if you would never have had the chance to actually physically hear it from those people who told those legends.
Yeah.
And the idea is that you definitely you hear the echoes of old stories talking about this dragon from hundreds of years ago, so you know for sure he has been around for a long time. But then you hear echoes of stories more recently of him, someone seeing him going through the plains of the north here, and coming down to these mountains. You sense the moments of death of a clan of Boarmen up in the mountains here who were consumed by this thing as it traveled south. And you realize that, yeah, this thing is traveling south, and it traveled south because it found out about you guys somehow, and that you have the crest. So, it wants the crest, basically, is what you can figure out with your legend lore.
What if we give him the crest, and then it's like Kastari's inside, and she just bullies him, and he's like, I don't want this, take it back.
Well, yeah. So, anyways, that is something that you figure out there. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pass it on
Well,
nicely.
we've got to go. We have to kill it, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be too
How
bad.
hard can it be?
Yeah, right.
I said
We
that
are
out
down one Talvo, but you know, so maybe
loud. Fighting
we.
him today.
No, I don't think so. As in Sunday.
Yeah, Tom's gonna come back and be like, what are you...
Yeah, what happened?
Rolling initiative?
Yeah.
Wait,
He's already frozen in Dragon Breath. Like, ah!
Yeah.
yeah, welcome back. Roll
Well, yeah, shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that would be my next course of action, like immediately. Is like just okay. Well, we're gonna go sleep tomorrow. I resurrect the woman and then we leave, and the kid. But we can't really do that because I don't want to let keep TSM from fighting a dragon.
Okay. Yeah, well, so yeah, like you said, you had to wait anyways, and you were also going to wait, it sounded like, for the scouts to come back with intel about, like, what's going on out there.
Yeah. I guess I could scry.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, and obviously once, yeah, like, Hurbach would, he would let you guys know that, yeah, he would send out, like, a bunch of scouts and, like, little groups of, guards, but he would tell you that, like, he is, like, the problem with the white dragon is that unlike a lot of the other dragons, white dragons are much more prone to being opportunistic and like ambush predators, right? And so it's unlikely that that the white dragon will strike in a place where it's going to encounter much resistance. So Hurbach is basically going to rely on you guys. He would let you guys know. He's like I would appreciate you. Basically, he's like I would heavily recommend that you take care of this before it keeps killing my citizens, since it's after you guys. Hurbach does not seem very happy about this, although he also recognizes that it's not your fault. So
that's fair.
Like, but basically, Hurbach is going to defend his people as best as he can, but he doesn't have like. It's kind of hard to go campaigning for a white dragon that can just leap and fly between peaks of mountains, and
Yeah.
So
we can do that just really slowly. So.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's.
So we should
see.
set up a trap then. If he's opportunistic, that's how we bait him out.
True. We could do that.
Either way, though, so like the next day, you would be able to bring back to raise dead the baby and then the mother.
Change the baby.
And she will.
Yes.
She would give you. She'd be a little more coherent now, although still recovering from.
Being dead, mild case of death.
From being dead.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah.
She would tell you that the dragon was, it was like it spoke to her and everything, like it is intelligent, which you already know now. But and she would tell you that that this was like a week ago, basically, around the time of when the full moon was, coincidentally. But yeah. And she would tell you that that he had threatened, that the dragon had said that it would every few days it would destroy a village until you guys
send a message. Why doesn't he come to us directly?
And yeah, later this.
Oh, well, yeah, no, you can sending to him, right? Can't you?
If you know his name, then yeah.
Which I do now. I can be like, you still, yo, fucker.
Yeah, hey, what the fuck do you
Here's
want?
my address.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Well, you think of a message for that.
Pull, what is it, Iron Man 3?
Iron Man, yeah. Here's my address.
Yeah.
I live, yeah. I don't have any guards.
So the what was I gonna say? The
Let's not do that. Don't do that.
I seem to remember that ended poorly for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scouts
Whisked off to
would-
Indiana.
The scouts would have come back by now, and they would have told you that there is bad news, which is that he's already wiped out another village.
Okay.
He didn't give you guys enough time. Again,
Yeah, what the
he's
hell,
not
man?
the martest of dragons. Maybe he was just impatient and wanted to basically send a message, and so. Unfortunately, he's wiped out another village, and both of these villages weren't very big. They were maybe like 30, 40 people living in them, more like a thorp than a full village. But he's still killed dozens of people now. And they would tell you that when they reached this other village, that was because they basically sent scouts to all the villages up in like the foothills, the mountains there that pay taxes to Kurbak and stuff, right at the edge of his territory. And they would tell you that. Yeah, in this other one, there were no survivors. But there was a message written in blood from the people killed in the snow.
Yeah, they had time to do that.
Yeah, and it's actually at this point.
It says SOS.
At this point of the year too, it's starting to get a little chilly. It's around like September-ish time, but it's still not. There's only snow because of the dragon there. Only at the very tops of the peaks is it going to be actually snowy this time of year. But there was snow in the village because of him. But written in the snow with blood was a message that said, "Come to me before more pay the price." However, they would tell you, the scouts would tell you that beyond the signs of the dragon, there's signs of kobolds too. He's not alone.
Oh, the kobolds.
That's okay.
We're gonna flash the shield, and the kobolds are gonna be on our side.
But yeah, so they let you know that there's signs of kobolds and like maybe other things too. They're not sure, but they would tell you just be aware that like.
I know how we get him out. Sorry, there's signs of kobolds.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're good.
Well, we'll just go like here, and then I'll use the shield's compulsion to make him come to us.
That is a
Oh
thing.
yeah.
The shield has
And
literally
everything
has
else too.
Fuck your layer actions.
the what? Oh god, let me see the what is the range on that? I can't remember.
It says
Like
40
5
miles.
40
Oh,
miles.
40.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So like each so it actually works
A
with
tile.
the measuring tool. It's actually accurate. So
Is that radius or diameter?
radius, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's radius.
So like you can see
Alright.
if you're in the middle of Kurbak City on that tile, that's like a big swath. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it from the city to reach up into the mountains or foothills wherever he
yeah,
is.
so we'd have to go there.
Yeah, but you could at least force him to leave, like, whatever lair he set up. Yeah, I totally forgot that you had that ability. But to be fair, he might not know about that either, so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's too many people for me to revive. That's like, what is that? 20,000 gold worth of diamonds. And they have to be big diamonds, too.
Yeah. There's not really a supply of, like, that big
Maybe
in the city.
Gabagard has some in the mine.
You know what? Yeah, where for next session, I'm gonna like look up where diamonds are usually mined, and I'm gonna and then we're gonna set up
Wait
a
a minute!
diamond
No,
mine.
wait. Where's Arkansas? Hold on. Where's the map?
I guess like
Arkansas-
around here.
No, Arkansas is basically where you guys are.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh, really? Is
We're
it?
standing
Oh, yeah.
on the diamond mine, guys.
Like, these
We can-
mountains are
We
kind
can
of
make a
supposed to
resurrection
be-
shrine right here.
These mountains here are supposed to be kind of like the Ozark Mountains in
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah.
problem solved. Get the worm.
Although technically,
Dig
wait, is
down. Have him
Arkansas-
eat the diamonds. Bring him back.
Arkansas's on the other side of the Mississippi IRL, so it's a little different, but
Yeah.
same vibe.
Is it?
I think
Yeah.
so, right?
Arkansas. Yeah. Because
Yep, yeah, it is. Yeah.
South of
The
Missouri,
wiggly
which
part.
is- So yeah.
Yep. Wow, I'm stupid.
No, it's got. I always forget where Arkansas.
Yeah, bro, you're-
how west it is. Yeah.
I always forget about Arkansas.
Yeah, that too. Arkansas is really beautiful. It's a shame that it's just like all meth heads there.
Right.
If you didn't know that.
I mean, you could say that about a lot of the South.
Almost every state.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. One of my roommates at Clemson, his family was from Arkansas, and he was telling me how he met like an old family friend or like one of their kids or something, and it was like, oh, like she seems like a nice like old lady, and then he was told that she was like 22 and she looked like 45 because all like the meth and cocaine and shit. So,
Damn.
yeah, if you didn't know, Britsha, that's the reputation that Arkansas has.
Yeah.
A lot of
West Virginia.
Yeah, like West
Beautiful
Virginia
state,
is
but,
like same vibe. So, anyways, yeah, it's not related to anything, but so
that'd be good. I'll be the De Beers of this this world.
Yeah.
Artificially, well, actually, I guess there isn't a real use for diamonds in this world. So
also, also Walmart's from Arkansas, so it makes sense.
I did know that. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So, what's the play here? You gonna
The
there?
dragon.
Yeah, I guess yes.
The
In
question-
fact, no, question first.
Question is, are you gonna bring the castle or just yourselves?
We don't really need the guys, do we? We can bring Cog and some of the clerics, maybe. You know,
Okay.
they'll get XP to level 3, and then they can do their own milestone leveling.
Yeah, field trip. Field trip.
Yeah, field trip.
Okay.
K-class. I mean, we're gonna show you how to kill a dragon, so that if you ever come across one, you can do it too.
This is just like the Helldivers plot.
Actually, you know, my small tiny tangent. The funniest thing about Helldivers is you do training, you get in the pod, and then you're deployed.
Yep.
So you go into cryo sleep, and the next thing you know, your pod is crashing through a bug.
That's literally
That's fun.
Yes.
Oh, great.
So these guys are getting recruited and immediately going into fight a dragon. But yeah, so I guess I want to keep the proselytizers here. You know, the ones who are doing the recruiting, but let's bring some of the warriors with us.
Okay.
And then see what they can do. And I'll just revive them if they die, because I mean, I can do a couple.
Okay. I can revive a few of you, so like be careful. it's like a
Yeah.
aid at leading the tour guide. Just keep your arms and limbs on at all times.
Yeah.
Yes, arms and limbs on at all times.
Oh yeah. So, that works. All right. So you're gonna kind of take. You could be the city would probably Kurbach would have the city guard lend you guys some riding elks, so you can make it there in like less than a day, as opposed to a few days of walking. These are right. They'll basically send you some riding elks with some backups too, so you can just ride there as hard as you need to and ride back if you need to as well.
Okay.
But it's still going to be about a day's travel. It's still pretty far. It's like you're going to be going like, is it like 100 miles till you kind of get in the area, and then you kind of still have to figure out exactly where you want to lay this trap.
Yes.
I was gonna ask, have we been there before?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think this is specifically
we've
here.
gone here. We went like this way, and then like down and over this way. So we.
You went more.
Yeah, there were our Boarman reinforcements went this way that we were meeting up with.
Unudu was when it was on the map. We were over there.
Oh, you weren't even here for this.
Yeah.
So
this
was.
It's like a year ago at this point.
So Bree,
Right,
you've
over
never
a year
been to
ago.
this mountain, this mountain range specifically.
Okay. So wait, we were at? Where did we go from? We went from Kurbach to where?
Well, so you're heading up towards
What's up?
here. It's basically right at the edge of the territory.
As in, what is the path we've had before, like to get us to where we are right now?
So it all started on the coast. They went down this way, and then we kind of hung out here. Went up to here,
I'll
and then we
draw
went
it.
back down, and then we went to Casaria, and then we went over. I think we went this way, and then over, and then down,
And then
and then over to Taisha. Actually, no, down here first, and then we defeat Casaria, and then we're back up here, and then now we are going here. So that's the past year.
Yeah,
Just
that's
popped in. It wasn't actually drawing.
you did the white part
Oh.
with us, and then the green is what we did. before
I thought I
you
was
were
drawing
here.
it live. Okay. Oops.
Yeah.
Nope, it just all appeared.
So that looked
So wait,
insane
okay.
to you guys. Good to know.
I deleted.
actually-
Aw.
Well, I want
Will
to
you
remember what
create
have
havoc again?
I
'Cause
done
deleted.
then?
The white that I drew. That's what you did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
so
didn't get
you've
to.
been around a few of the areas here, but you haven't been
Yeah,
up
but maybe your flower shop went. You're from Cool Town.
Yeah,
so
because you
maybe-
came from like here, so that was on the way. But you probably would.
Did you go this way? Or
I'm
did you
guessing
go,
you-
You probably would have come through the southern
way.
pass here. Like
I went. I was like.
I would guess it'd
around-
be more like
here.
this, right? Because
Yeah.
Jesus.
because river travel's just better than walking. So
Yeah, it would have been down the river and then across. So, yeah.
Alright, so you didn't see this tree right here.
Or also
unfortunately.
potentially, it could have also been that Bree went up the river and then around through like.
oh,
Pune.
true.
But either way, she went.
I like to think that
around
you
the
were
range.
traveling like while we were there, and so you just like saw like the castle in the background. You saw us like.
Well,
kill
I
the
mean,
queen
I think
and
Bree's
Dudu
whole
or
thing was
wherever.
that she heard about you guys and then kind of started following your steps until she caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It's like
Yeah,
huh.
so she actually might have actually come towards Unudu and then come around this way. So I don't know. Either way, she wouldn't have come through the mountains directly here because there's not really any major routes through there.
Where are we at the moment?
You're in
Korok
Korok City,
City.
although you're about to head out to
Oh, okay.
the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Wait, how did we go to there?
That was before you were with the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was where
Right.
they fought Hilda the Volge and all that stuff with Rook. Like I
Okay.
said, the whole thing in season 2 started with in Pune, actually. That's where Talvo was before he joined up with Rook. Then Talvo and Rook came down to Kurbak City, met Helios and Adau, and then they kind of set out and did all their stuff. And yeah, so
What happened to Yudu then?
Yunudu
Or whatever it is.
basically got wiped out by Locke, Kurbak's
Yeah,
daughter. There was a whole like multi-layer conflict there because there was a wellspring that Hilda the Volge, one of the giants, had control of and was using to forge weapons
What if we-
with the magic. And then the
Oh,
group,
but it is really far.
the group brought Locke there, and the group was actually the group was basically hired to, or like, so Kurbak's other son tried to trick the group into killing Locke, and then they just were like, "Fuck that, we're gonna side with Locke." And then when they told Kurbak what his son had done, Kurbak just sliced his son's head off
In front of
in front of his whole audience.
Yeah, in the court.
Yeah, 'cause
And his
he-
son is also like 10 feet tall, so they were cleaning that for days.
yeah, yeah. Kurbak was like, no one's gonna fucking like my. He's like, one child's not gonna kill the other one and get away with it, and so or try to do that, and so he literally just chopped off his own
So he
son's head.
That's what he did. I guess he can have more kids, I imagine. But still.
But yeah, so yeah, that was all before.
Wait, Since we're asking about stuff that happened before me, who's Riley? I still don't know.
I don't even know
This
where we
this guy with-
acquired
this-
him.
Like,
Like
Bree's
We
just seen
can't
this
fire
guy
him.
with a
He's
rat
coming
tail
back,
this whole
a lost
time.
puppy.
the
Yeah.
he was just part of the group. I think like you originally started recruiting. Like it was most of the people in the castle. A few of them were like with Talvo already.
Yeah.
Then
We recruited from, like, defeated parties and from Boarman tribes that we were allied with.
yeah.
But I don't know... Because Riley's a halfling, right?
He's
Yeah.
the Jarnathan of
Yeah.
our group. He's just there's this guy. Let's give him a name. And no one's gonna
Yeah.
name him.
Yeah, I think
Why does he
it
have a
was-
rat tail
Oh,
then?
I remember what it was. It was because
He got bit by a were
Rat
rat.
lycanthropy.
I remember
Oh,
One
why
episode, it's the one episode I missed. I remember that.
Yeah,
You know why he...
well, I remember why we kind of introduced him. It's because when you guys were in Kurbak City, you were going through like the sewers, and that's when the whole rats, were-rats thing happened.
Was that the introduction of Riley?
It was well,
No,
yeah, I think
it was.
my
There was
God.
one we gave him a name.
it was because he was like just
Wow.
in the background as a bard. He was a bard replacement because he was basically around. That was when you guys were not too strong yet, And so he was like a level below you, but I just used your sheet and was like, oh, this is just another person in your group named Riley.
Yep.
And then I just
So you're saying because I wasn't available that day, Riley exists?
well,
Yes, pretty much.
That's at least why he got his rat tail and everything.
Huh.
So yeah,
So that could have been me. I could have had a rat tail.
yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
That'd have been really inconvenient, though. That's
Can
fair.
Bree get a rat tail?
If you become a were
You
rat
just start
and then I
combining all
cure
of
you a
them.
day too late.
Yeah, can it be multiple wares?
I don't know.
I don't think multiple
You
your
become
multiple
so aware,
lycanthropy.
you become woke.
That'd be kind of weird. I don't know, but you can try.
Your
What's
rats
the-
or
what's
were
the
rats.
term?
That actually
Chimera
would be
is
funny.
the thing?
Yeah, chimera.
Is that an actual thing in D&D?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
So
Yeah, like evil.
what's the deal? You just gonna head up to the mountains?
Nope.
Yes.
Can we? Is there any like I don't know what we can. So we know that he's like an ice dragon, right?
Yeah. It's white dragon. Which
Okay,
have
yeah, we know enough
frost
about him.
powers.
Okay, so I know that I'm wearing like a light armor, I'm wearing like a light jacket. Do we have anything that can like help us for? I do have a scroll of protection against dragons, which is probably a potion you gave it to me.
I think
But-
Talvo has a one dragon slaying arrow, or maybe he's used it.
I'm trying to think
He might
like
still
things
have
that
it.
can help us.
But I know who can help us because we're summoning the dragon. We're compelling him to approach us. All of the scouts and things that the Korbach sent out, we can have the shamans contact them and say to converge on that point at a certain time, which is when we'll be there.
Okay. Yeah. You can definitely.
Then we'll have some basic level 1 or 2, not 2, level 1 or 0 casters with us.
What if we set up? We have like a piece of like tree. There's like a pile of treasure in the center of the town, and then we have all like 50 of your wizards cast fireball at the same time. So it's just like
Unfortunately, I don't have 50 wizards yet,
Okay.
and also unfortunately, none of them are level 5.
And also, none of them have access to fireball, even at higher.
Yeah, because they're like clerics.
Yeah, they're
Or maybe-
clerics.
yeah.
There might be a paladin in there, but
Yeah. I'm guessing there are some others, like because anyone can be a wizard,
Yeah.
right? Anyone who can
Yeah, that's
learn.
right.
big
They're-
rally.
the most common type of magic in this part of the world is wild magic sorcery, right? Because there's a
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
really describe that much, but it's because like probably like 1 in 20 people, because wild magic is actually stronger in this part of the world. In the other part of the world, it might be like 1 in 100, 1 in 500 people has wild magic sorcery innate.
1 in 88 people has wild magic.
Yeah, can we do another wild magic show today? That was fun.
Yeah, but
I wanna blow up on
but yeah,
accident.
in this part of the world, it's like 1 in 20, so it's still like not super common, but it's much more common. So like,
Yeah.
even like just like every so often, just like an average guard also has access to a few low level spells, right? Like that sort of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, so just by chance, you probably have 1 or 2 people in your acolytes who are mainly just not really trained as sorcerers, but have some innate abilities.
Yeah. Well, we'll train them as the sorcerer paladins
Okay. Yeah.
because that's a broken multi-class. Except I actually want to do that, but that for funsies.
You are
Anyway, though.
fireball, and your power is fireball.
That would be neat. You can you like levy a bunch of wizards into a mercenary guild for yourself, and then of course you'd have to pay them a shit ton because they're wizards. But
Yeah, but you hire him for one mission.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, I think that is the plan.
Let's
We
say that,
take
it's funny.
take the casters and some of the like martially capable people,
Okay.
and then have the Boarman meet us there if Korbach will do that. I don't know why he wouldn't though.
Yeah.
Summon Prusu, kill Prusu, gloat. Also, I'll ask his dead body where his lair is, so we can go teleport there and get his money.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, it might be a good time to wrap up here, actually, because we don't have Talvo, we don't have TSM here,
Yeah.
and also the Helios and Britsha, I believe, we're going to have some not D&D recordings, Peggle recordings to do for submission. And
Oh, yeah.
a
Last
few
minute
hours
panic.
left to submit, so or like I guess like 6 hours, right? So
Have
Yeah,
you
but
guys
I've been-
submitted yet
I've
or
been
anything?
prepping uploads in the background.
I've submitted
No.
my stuff. So
I
Nice.
am uploading this thing.
yeah. Anyways, the So I think we'll actually wrap up a little early here, cut it a little short session. But at least now you have the first few sessions of this season were kind of like figuring out some different stuff, and now you kind of have a direction to go, at least for next session. So we will see what happens next time. What happens? Cool.
Sag.
Okay. Well. Yeah, that'll be it for us, though. I will also probably be streaming later tonight. I have a pretty easy day of teaching tomorrow. And I'll probably be doing... I'm going to try to do what I wanted to do last night, which is another Lies of P speedrun. But Britsha and Helios, I'm assuming... Are you guys going to stream it live, or just do a recording?
Yeah, I haven't done it, because I was going to do one more run solo, and
Okay.
I don't know. We're coming up with this plan last minute for one more submission idea.
So yeah,
You could do your run first, and then we could do the EGM.
Yeah, if you want to commentate, we can. I don't know where Satan's at if they're ready.
Yeah,
but
just just make
I'm
sure.
not ready to stream. I need
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I
just,
need to time as well.
And I guess just make sure you guys submit what you currently have now, though, in case you don't run out of time for the other stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that on stream.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then I'll host you up, Britsha, and then I'll probably be.
Well, I'm not gonna do it now. I'll be a bit.
That's fine.
but-
Also raid you. People come wait in your chat, lurking. But yeah, you guys have a good time with that, and I'll probably stream later, but it'll probably be a few hours till I stream again. So, that will do it for us. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye.